2020 has been full of surprises beyond our expectations. We all came into 2020 with high hopes, goals, targets and all, but got the shock of our lives. On the show today, we will be reviewing 2020. I am Olujoke Mosako saying welcome and thank you for always watching Let's Talk. It's been a wonderful year and you've always stayed with us. So my guest for today is Mr. Paul Nwadioha. He is an estate surveyor. So stay tuned and enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you so much for agreeing to be part of the show. It's indeed an impromptu, but you made yourself available. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Joke.
All right. The program is actually Let's Talk, and what we're doing today is reviewing 2020. How has 2020 been so far for you?
Oh, I would say that 2020 has had its ups and downs. We all started 2020 on a very high note with high expectations of achieving our different goals, and towards going to the second quarter, ending of first quarter. Sorry, a whole lot like the coronavirus came on board and stabilized a whole lot of things during that period, and I could say that yes, a lot of things happened, but we all could just give just remain positive and thank God for keeping us. Yes, at the end of it all, we didn't really. At the end of it all, we did not really say that okay, it went the way you wanted. Or a lot of people stop writing goals like let's just run the air, but we just thank God for everything.
So let's quickly take a trip to Australia. There was a bushfire that really raged across Australia, burning 18.6 million hectares and killing 1 billion animals. That's really a very big blow.
I think the started around September. Usually, Australia usually have an annual fire season that runs from September to March. And according to analysts, it was described that this year has been like the most unusual dry weather for them. That the weather was one of the hottest this year, hottest, windy and all for Australia. So I think it was attributed to climate change. For analysts that covered the whole thing, that it was attributed to climate change and all, but at the end of it, lives and properties were lost, and over 1 billion animals were estimated or was lost as well. So I can't just say, but it was not something funny for Australia as well.
Racial tension over police brutality actually was part of the things that happened in year 2020. It started with the killing of George Floyd, and a lot of people were on the streets of America protesting, and it went across at least a couple of countries also joined in the protest in their various places. And also we have the Nigerian one, #EndSARS, which is actually still ongoing, even though people are not, well, some people came on the streets recently, but we have a lot of panels going on, investigations. Some are in cell right now as a result of fighting for their rights and all. Let's look at that too.
I'll take the American and the American black civil unrest that it was called that was led to, I think, is police violence on blacks. It was a systematic violence that has been in existence for a while now in America. So, it was triggered by the death of George Floyd, And the whole of this happened because blacks in America feel that they have not been treated lawfully. There have been a partial treatment between the blacks and the whites, especially when it comes to police violence and police treatment, as it were. But when you look at it all, a lot of that have been happening in America as regards to racism and all. But this was what I think the death of George Floyd happened around May 25th thereabout. So and people like I think Bryant Taylor and the rest also have also triggered the Black Lives Matters and all. So a lot of properties were lost because it led to miscreants trying to take over the whole scene and trying to looting shops, looting stores, a lot of things in Minneapolis and properties were lost, properties were burned, a lot of things happened, theft and all. But I think it's led for America to really look into it and trying to find a way of ensuring that the policemen that were involved face the course of the law, face the wrath of the law, and let there be reforms in the sense that when things like this happens, blacks when things like this happens, there's equity in all. So for it, I think yes, it happened. A whole lot of other countries like UK, a lot of countries came on board to support the Black Lives Matter. So I think it was a time that it has gotten to the zenith of injustice in America, and they felt that it's time for it to be treated and nipped on the board.
So what about the hashtag NSAS matters? I mean, NSAS in Nigeria.
Okay, hashtag NSAS matters. I think it's an offshoot of the Black Lives Matter that happened in America. But okay, the NSAS in Nigeria has always been in existence since 2017. I think there's a young man, if I'm correct with his name, it's an activist, Shego. I can't remember his surname. He started it on Twitter and all, and a lot of celebrities came on board as well. But since then, I feel that the Nigerian government has not actually done much to save the lives of its citizens and from the criminality of police of the police unit that's meant to safeguard them, and instead they are the ones robbing and the ones treating them unlawfully, stealing from them, extortion and all. So and to that point is they look at it that it has not really actually been dealt with. So when you look at it all from the Nigerian point, yes, now like it started again around October. It got to a point that yes, that they were waiting for government intervention. As much as government came up with okay, that disbanding the units and introducing SWAT, that is SWAT into it. There's this special anti-robbery unit or whatever they call it, but they feel that government has not really dealt with the issue because what they were looking at is police reform, and if there's no police reform, the same promises government will always give to disband their units, and what you find out that this unit is actually spread to other units. Then nothing has actually been done concerning it. So they feel that they need justice because lives have been lost, and they feel government has to do something to salvage the situation. And the Nigerian government has actually to the Protestants have not really.
Okay. So now let's quickly look at the world of sport and the entertainment industry, where notable personalities were lost. That's of Kobe Bryant and his daughter, and also the death of Chadwick Boseman, and maybe some others that we do not know about, because these people, their death actually got into the nerves of people. For me, I really did not want to keep watching things about Chadwick Boseman because it kept getting into me. Like, it hurts a lot.
Everyone gets for movie lovers. You can't just like when I heard the news, tears streamed down my eyes because he was a he was superhero for kids, especially in the movie Black Panther. For a lot of people growing up watching, if you have read a whole lot of superhero books, like you have the Spider-Man, the Batman, and the rest. So those are the first black man superhero, and a lot of children felt that yes, there was hope. He brought hope. He brought he brought hope to the black race using movie as a medium, as a platform. Yeah. So it was painful for the entertainment industry because they lost a notable figure, an influencer, I'll call him. So it was a painful that he was suffering from cancer. He was suffering from cancer, and nobody knew, and he was carrying it. And it was a painful for entertainment, for Hollywood, that they lost a notable figure, and it was painful for us blacks that we lost someone that yes inspired us.
Yeah, it was really a painful experience. Now let's quickly take a trip also to Beirut. There was a port explosion that was sparked by the accidental detonation of 2,750 tons of ammonium nitrate, and killed at least 190 people, and many others were left injured.
I would say that a lot in Beirut, Lebanon, they accused the government not of having such ammunition nitrate at a warehouse, which was not properly safeguarded and not properly taken care of, and before that explosion happened. I feel that if it was properly handled, it would not has led to the so if it was properly handled, that explosion would have not occurred because properties worth $15 billion were destroyed, and you know how it will affect the economy. So they went to the streets and feel that government didn't do what they're supposed to do, and you have such ammunition or such tons of armory in a warehouse, which is not properly taken care of, properly taken care of. I'm sorry, and it's really affected the economy. And lots of people lost their lives. Like I think a total of 204 people lost their lives, if I'm correct. So it was a sad moment or sad period for Lebanon.
Okay, so now there is a looming war as a result of US drone that hit Baghdad International Airport, killing Iranian Major General Qasem Soleimani. Well, it's in the news. It said there is a looming war because those ones, the Iranian government planned to fight back. Do you think we need all of that now? Like, something's gonna happen.
I always believe that Soleimani is a diplomatic war. Like, let me put it that way. But you know, it's difficult to say that you want to fight America concerning that. And I think Soleimani has been on American radar for a long period, for a long time, and was going for a meeting to meet. See the Prime Minister of of Iraq. I can't remember if I'm correct. So before they struck and alienated him, but it's a period. It's yes, it's for someone that is a notable figure that Iran looks up to is when it comes to security in that country. It was painful for them, and they feel that they could retaliate because that America shouldn't have taken his life. But America also have an argument that he has been behind every terrorist attacks all over the world, especially in the Middle East. So I think it is with time, no diplomatic one, or but it's something that at the end it will still die down because America always have its way of dealing with such issues.
Okay, so now the worst blow that was announced by WHO on January 9, 2020. Now it has spread across the globe, resulting in at least 751,000 deaths. Is still very much around, and that's COVID-19. It's actually, it's something that, yeah, something that actually even the mighty cannot say no to it, because everybody became were locked up in their own home. The freedom was no longer there. It's not about who is who now. It's about who wants to stay alive.
But yes, COVID-19, like as we said, like we started in Wuhan, China, as of November 2nd, I think, 2019. Before another incident was also traced to Thailand in January 27th of January, thereabout, for beginning to spread to other countries all over the world. Yes, it's an acute respiratory disease that can actually affect the lungs, and it leads to difficulty in breathing. It has a whole lot of other symptoms like cough, and the rest. I'm sorry, I'm not a health personnel, so but it actually affected the world. It took the world by surprise because no one expected such virus to actually come, and without cure, without remedy, and nobody knew nobody knew how to tackle it. Yes, there was so much there was so much ways to avoid it so that you will not contact it. Try to wash your hands, stay away from someone that has the symptoms, at least 2 meters distance, using sanitizers, using a nose cover and all. So, but it has affected the world economy, and the world is still suffering from it. Countries like Italy suffered, lost a whole lot of people. UK, United Kingdom, America at this point, I think America is having the highest number of COVID. And when it comes down to Nigeria, Nigeria also had its own fair share of its effect on other parts like South Africa.
I even got to know that Nigeria is preparing for the second wave of COVID.
Yes, I'm hearing that it has been on the news that another government is preparing for another phase of lockdown. But I think there's hope, because the vaccines that UK has tested, what's the name again? Is it Pfizer or what?
Yeah.
The vaccine that's been tested in the UK, I think they've started distributing it for use and all. But I feel with time, maybe after between first quarter of the year, COVID-19 will actually die down to an extent, especially now that there have been a vaccine. I think even America also has ordered the use of the Pfizer in America as well, to pushing the spread and reduce the numbers of COVID-19 as well in America. So I think it has affected Nigeria as well. The Nigeria economy has actually is experiencing what they call recession at the moment as a result of COVID-19, and not only Nigeria, other countries in Europe as well. And again, before I forget, because as we're talking, you made mention of a notable figure like Diego Maradona that lost his life. And it was painful that yes, the world lost one of the best players in the world, of one of the best players of all time, Diego Armando Maradona. Pray that it makes so rest in peace. Yes, a lot of things happened. 2020 has been a year of unexpected happen.
In a nutshell, if you were asked to appraise 2020, what would that be?
Okay, if I'm allowed to appraise it, I'll say 2020 to an extent also been a good year because we're still alive. And when there's life, there's hope.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot has happened in 2020, but I believe that there's a period to rebuild and a period to get things together. Yes, it has given, also 2020 opened our eyes to digitalization, opened our eyes to a whole lot of things that can be done with information technology than it was done before. So he also had his own eye-opener, as it were, and I feel that yes, 2020 may have not actually been what we expected it in terms of our goals, in terms of what we intended to achieve, or what we're. But it has been good. People also made money in 2020. Yes, yeah. As people lost lives, people also made money in 2020. Yes.
Thank you so much. It's been wonderful having you. So would like to say a very big thank you to our dear estate surveyor, Mr. Paul Nwadio. Thank you for agreeing to be on the show today. And it's been wonderful having you. And to you out there, thank you so much for always being part of Let's Talk. It's been a wonderful year, like I said, and I look forward to actually having a more wonderful 2021 with you all. Thank you once again, and always remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the notification bell. Bye for now.